Sri Gurubhyo Nama children, welcome to online project Ekalaiva. Already we are discussing with the topic manufacturing industries. In the previous classes, I gave definition for manufacturing. I started to classify the industries based on the availability of raw materials, based on the ownership, based on the capital investment. After that, I told about the agro-based industries and mineral-based industries. What are agro-based industries? What are the different types of agro-based industries? What are mineral-based industries? What are the different types of mineral-based industries? And what are the various challenges to the different types of industries? All these things in the last class I have told in detail. Today we are going to talk about industrial pollution. Even though manufacturing industries promote the economic development of the country, even though industries promote the economic development of the country, on the other side it plays a greater role for environmental degradation. It causes pollution. We are going to talk about the various pollution caused by the industries like air pollution, water pollution, thermal pollution and noise pollution. So, even though manufacturing industries promotes the economic development of the country, on the other hand, it has caused pollution. It has created various kinds of pollution like industrial pollution, air pollution, water pollution, thermal pollution and noise pollution. So, today we are going to discuss about various types of pollution caused by the industries. At the same time, we are going to give there are some ways to control the environmental degradation, and finally we are going to talk about NTPC, that is National Thermal Power Corporation, and there are so many suggestions for the thermal power plants in order to, in order to maintain the ecological balance. All these things we are going to see in detail today. Are you ready, children? Shall we go inside the class now? So, we are going to talk about industrial pollution and environmental degradation. How industries cause pollution and how the environment is degraded. So, we are going to see various types of pollution caused by the industries. The first one, I am going to start with air pollution. So, industries are causing air pollution. How air pollution is caused by the industry? It is caused by carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide that is let out by the industries. So, it is caused by carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide which is let out by the industries. So, these poisonous gases are let out by the industries like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide gases. Chimneys of the industries produce heat leading to global warming and greenhouse effect. As a result of release of these harmful gases into the environment, what happens? The environment is getting degraded. So, it has led to global warming as well as the greenhouse effect. So, greenhouse gases. So, it has caused greenhouse effect. So, use of CFC. What is CFC? Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. So, use of CFCs in various industrial products depletes the ozone layer. So, the chlorofluorocarbons used by various industries, what it does, it completely depletes the ozone layer which filters the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So, this ozone layer, it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiation of the sun. Because of the release of this CFCs, chlorofluorocarbon by the industries, it has led to the depletion of the ozone layer which filters the ultraviolet rays of the sun. Air pollution affects the human beings, animals and plants. So this slide completely talks about air pollution, which is caused by various gases that is let out by the chimneys in industries like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide. All these gases are harmful gases, so it will completely deplete the environment. So environment will be degraded because of the harmful gases that is let out by the industries. Moreover, the industries, they use CFCs, that is chlorofluorocarbons, which completely depletes the ozone layer, which protects the which filters the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So this air pollution is dangerous for plants, animals as well as human beings. The next one, we are going to talk about water pollution. So in the previous slide, I told about air pollution. That is, the gases that are let out by the industries like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide, it completely degrades the environment. These harmful gases, what is happening? They are completely degrading the environment. Moreover, the CFCs used by the industries, chlorofluorocarbons, which depletes the ozone layer, where this ozone layer plays a greater role in filtering the ultraviolet rays of the sun. So this air pollution is harmful for plants, animals as well as human beings. The next type of pollution caused by the industries is water pollution. So we are going to see how industries cause water pollution. So here we are going to talk about the water pollution by industries. So actually, what is that? Dumping of organic and inorganic waste into water bodies pollute the water. How water pollution is caused by the industries? What the industries do? The industries are dumping the organic and inorganic waste into the nearby water resources. The effluents that are coming out from the industries which are organic as well as inorganic effluents, it is completely dumped into the water bodies which are very closer to the industries. Water pollution is also caused by the discharge of the unreacted chemical waste like dyes, detergents, acids, heavy metals like lead and mercury, plastics, fertilizers, etc. So one type of water pollution is discharging the organic and inorganic waste into the nearby water bodies. The other type of water pollution by industries, usually unreacted chemicals. For example, it can be a dye, it can be a fertilizer. So all these chemicals, they will be polluting, they will be dumped into the nearby water resources. Industries which produce paper, pulp, leather, acids, dyes, fertilizers, etc. generate lots of toxic waste which kills the aquatic life. So the industries, particularly fertilizer industry, dyeing industry, leather industry, chemical industry, all these industries, they are generating a lot of toxic waste. What do you mean toxic waste? Poisonous waste. Toxic means what? Poisonous. So these industries, they create lot of poisonous waste which accumulates the nearby water resources. All these toxic waste accumulates in the water resources, causing a great threatening for aquatic life. So it is a great threatening for the aquatic life. So this slide talks about the water pollution. So water pollution is caused by the industries. How? By dumping the organic and inorganic waste in the water bodies. And moreover, there are so many industries like dye industry, leather industry, fertilizer industry, industries which are providing, which are manufacturing paper. All these industries, they are dumping the, poisonous, waste into the nearby water bodies. They are generating toxic waste and they are dumping into the nearby water bodies. Thereby, all these poisonous waste, that is unreacted chemicals, in these poisonous waste, we can see the unreacted chemicals like lead, mercury, etc., which are very poisonous. So, if they accumulate in the nearby water resources, definitely it is a great question mark for the aquatic life. So, aquatic life, it is very difficult for the aquatic life to survive. So, this is one of the important pollution caused by the industry. I told about air pollution and water pollution. The next one, we are going to talk about another important pollution, that is thermal pollution. So, we are going to talk about thermal pollution. So, thermal pollution is caused by the release of hot water from factories and thermal power plants is drained into the nearby water bodies like rivers, ponds before cooling. So, what is thermal pollution? Actually, the hot water that is released by some factories as well as the thermal power plants. So, some factories, what they will do? They will release the hot waters before cooling it. So, before cooling the hot water, what they are doing? They are releasing the hot water. Not only the factories, even the thermal power plants, they are releasing this hot water before cooling it. So, this hot water which is released from these factories, it will go and drain into the nearby water resources. So, it will go and drain into the nearby water resources. It can be a pond, it can be a lake, etc. As a result, what is happening? This hot water, when it accumulates in the nearby water resources, water pollution is caused. Again, it affects the aquatic life. So, there is a great, it is a great threatening for the aquatic life. So, thermal pollution is nothing but a pollution which is caused by the industries as well as thermal power plants. So, usually hot water is released from the industries as well as the thermal power plants. So, it has to be released after cooling. But what they are doing? Before cooling that, they are releasing the hot water. So, this hot water will go and accumulate near the water resources, thereby causing a great threatening for the aquatic life. So, this is thermal pollution. So, it has to be avoided. The next one, we are going to talk about noise pollution. Noise pollution is again very important. What is that? Pollution, noise pollution, which creates so many problems for the human beings. Is it not? Noise pollution. Particularly, noise pollution you can see in the constructional activity, building activities, constructional activities, as well as in industries. Is it not? So, this noise pollution causes hearing impairment. Some people, old people, they will get high BP will be there generated. So, it has to be avoided. So, we are going to see how industries cause noise pollution. High intensity sound generated by the running machines. So, noise pollution is caused by the industries when high intensity sound is generated by running machines, sirens, drilling, generators, etc. leads to noise pollution. So, when high intensity machines are operated in industries, the machines which has got high intensity, that can able to produce greater sound. So, that is the main cause for noise pollution. High intensity machines operated in the industries, as well as sirens and generators, operations of sirens, generators, all these will cause noise pollution. And it causes irritation, hearing impairment, heart attack, etc. among the people who live nearby the industries because of the high intensity machines that creates noise pollution in the industries. So many people, they are affected by different health problems like hearing impairment will be there. Some people, they can able to get heart attack. Some people, they will be irritated. All these sounds will cause irritation. So they will be affected by irritation, they will be affected by hearing impairment. Some people, they will be getting heart attack also. So this has to be avoided. So this slide talks about the noise pollution which is created by the industries. How this noise pollution is created? High intensity machines that are operated in the industries. Apart from that, operation of sirens, generators, and even in the constructional activity, we can see the, what is that sound which causes irritation to the people, as well as they are affected by the hearing impairment and heart attack. So it has to be avoided. So today, I have told about the different types of pollution. First one, I have talked about, air pollution. The poisonous gases like carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide let out by the industries. So what is happening? These gases pollute the environment, causing air pollution. And CFCs used by the industries, chlorofluorocarbons, which depletes the ozone layer, which filters the ultraviolet radiation. So it has to be avoided. The next one I told about water pollution. The many industries like dyeing industry, leather industry, fertilizer industry, chemical industry, they are producing toxic waste like lead, mercury, arsenic. All these are toxic waste. When these are generated and it is released into the nearby water bodies, definitely the water is getting polluted. It is a great question mark for the aquatic life for their survival. The next one, I talked about the thermal pollution. Thermal pollution is caused by the industries as well as some thermal power plants. So some industries, they will produce hot water, they will release hot water, as well as thermal power plants also, they will release hot water into the nearby water bodies before cooling it. So once again, when this hot water is released before cooling it into the nearby water resources, it will cause pollution, so it will affect the aquatic life. The next one I told about noise pollution. Noise pollution is created by industries because in industries, high intensity machines, operation of high intensity machines, sirens, generators, etc. All these play a greater role for noise pollution. So this noise pollution will create irritation as well as heart problems, and some people, they will have hearing impairment also. So even though industries promote the economic development, it causes pollution. So it has to be avoided. So the next step, we are going to talk about the various ways of controlling environmental degradation. So control of environmental degradation. How we are going to control the environmental pollution? How it can be controlled? What are the various ways of controlling environmental degradation? The first one, minimizing the use of water for processing by reusing, recycling it in 2 or more successive stages. Usually what we have to do, industries, what they have to do? They have to minimize the use of water. The same water can be reused and recycled in different stages so that we can minimize the use of water. So the water can be reused and recycled in the industries so that we can minimize the use of water. Next one, harvesting of rainwater to meet water requirement. Rainwater harvesting techniques has to be organized in the industries so that they can meet the water requirement when there is shortage of water. So what is the first one? Reusing and recycling of water so that we can reduce the quantity of water used there. We can avoid the wastage. The second one, constructing rainwater harvesting techniques so it will provide water when there is a shortage of water. Treating hot water and effluents before releasing them into rivers and ponds. So, before releasing the hot water into the nearby water resources, it has to be cooled. So, after cooling the hot water, it has to be released into the nearby water bodies like lakes and ponds, so that the aquatic life cannot be affected. And there is another one. We are going to talk about National Thermal Power Corporation. We are going to talk about NTPC. What is that? National Thermal Power Corporation. What is that actually? NTPC. They will be asking a question in the exam. Write a note on NTPC. What is NTPC? National Thermal Power Corporation. What is that? It is a major power providing corporation in India. So, when you talk about NTPC, which is a major power providing corporation, it provides power in greater quantity in India. So, that is NTPC. It has an ISO certification of 14001 for EMS. What is EMS? Environment Management System. So, it has a ISO certificate of 14001 which talks about Environment Management System. The corporation has a proactive approach for preserving natural environment. So, this NTPC, it has got an approach. It wanted to preserve the natural environment. They wanted to preserve the natural environment. That was the proactive approach. And resources like water, oil and gas fuels in places where it is setting up power plants. So, wherever thermal power plants are set up, so there was a proactive approach for NTPC in order to preserve the natural environment as well as the other resources like water, oil and gas fuels wherever thermal power plants are set up. This has been possible through. So, we are going to say how this NTPC, what is that? What is the proactive approach? What rules and what are the suggestions what is that they are giving in order to preserve the natural environment? So, optimum utilization of equipment, adopting the latest technology and upgrading the existing equipment. So, what they have to do? They have to use the modern technology. They have to use the upgraded technology. First one, minimizing waste generation by maximizing ash utilization. The waste that has been produced in the industries, so it has to be converted into ash. So it can be converted into ash so that it can be used for constructional and other activities. Next one, providing green belts for nurturing ecological balance and addressing the question of special purpose vehicles for afforestation. So, it has what is that, kindled afforestation also, that is setting up of green belts in and around the thermal power plants to support the ecological balance, reducing environmental pollution through ash pond management, ash water recycling system, and what is that? We are going to reduce the environmental pollution by ash pond management. What is ash pond management? Ash pond management is a engineered technique for disposing. It is a engineered technique for disposing. What is that? Ash. Engineered technique for disposal of ash. Engineered technique used for disposal of ash. Moreover, ash water recycling. So, the ash water that is generated in the industries, it has to be recycled in several stages so that we can minimize the waste. and liquid waste management. So the liquid waste that is generated in the industries, it has to be properly managed so that we can avoid the environmental degradation. Ecological monitoring, reviews and online database management for all its power stations. So NTPC has given these suggestions for all the thermal power plants to preserve the natural environment. Apart from that, to preserve the resources like water, oil and gas fuels. So they have to ecological balance, that is preserving the ecological balance is also one of the important criteria to provide, to prevent the environmental pollution. So today we have discussed about the pollution caused by the industries, what are the various, what is that ways to prevent environmental degradation. Finally, I told about NTPC and what are the various guidelines in order to preserve the natural environment. Everything we have seen in detail. So I want everybody to go through the lesson. Once again, I will discuss all the question and answers. So if you like this channel, you please subscribe for this channel. So thank you children.